Once upon a time, there was a kingdom nestled between a majestic mountain and a sparkling sea. High up in the mountain's embrace lived a solitary craftsman who specialized in creating exquisite musical instruments. Renowned throughout the land, his flutes produced melodies so enchanting that they stirred the soul and resonated with the profound wisdom of ancient sages. One fateful day, a princess from the kingdom of the waves, known for her peerless beauty, embarked on a journey to procure the finest flute. Having heard tales of the mountain craftsman's extraordinary skill, she ventured into the mountains with her retinue of loyal servants. Their ascent was arduous, traversing treacherous paths and dense thickets, until they finally arrived at the craftsman's secluded abode. Upon entering the workshop, the princess was greeted by rows upon rows of intricately crafted flutes, each more captivating than the last. Intrigued, she inquired about the most exceptional flute among them, hoping to obtain that masterpiece. However, the craftsman revealed that his greatest creation lay in the depths of the mountain, concealed in a cave adorned with mystical stalactites and stalagmites. Though hesitant due to the perilous journey ahead, the princess yearned for the legendary flute, and her determination led her to accept the challenge. Accompanied by the craftsman and 2 valiant guards, the princess descended into the mountain's core. The air grew chilly, dampening their spirits. Suddenly, a menacing roar echoed through the cavern, signaling the presence of a fearsome beast that guarded the cave's entrance. Startled by the monstrous creature's appearance, the guards promptly unsheathed their swords, ready to defend their princess. However, the princess raised her hand, signaling them to halt. With a gentle demeanor, she approached the beast and soothingly inquired about its well-being. Surprisingly, the creature responded with a tale of loneliness and despair, expressing its longing for someone to ease its troubled existence. Moved by its plight, the princess promised to return the following day with someone capable of alleviating the beast's sorrow. Keeping her promise, the princess returned the next day with a renowned musician. As the musician began playing lively tunes, the beast swayed rhythmically, its anger dissipating into a tranquil state. Witnessing this transformation, the princess instructed her guards to escort the musician into the cave, ensuring the beast's safety. With the danger now subsided, the princess continued her quest for the mystical flute. Deeper within the mountain, they discovered an ethereal realm where stalactites and stalagmites formed an enchanting spectacle. In the center stood an altar adorned with intricate patterns and designs, and upon it rested the legendary flute, emanating a soft glow that illuminated the entire cavern. Overcome with joy, the princess knew she had found the treasure she sought. But their celebration was short-lived. Emerging from the cave, they found the craftsman lying unconscious on the ground. Rushing to his aid, they carried him back to his workshop. Concerned for his well-being, the princess summoned a physician who, after examining the craftsman, revealed that he suffered from a rare ailment called jade sickness, which could only be cured by a magical herb growing in the dangerous Jade Mountains. Without wasting a moment, 2 valiant knights volunteered to embark on the perilous journey to retrieve the herb. As the knights ventured into the treacherous Jade Mountains, the princess couldn't shake off a premonition of danger. Driven by her intuition, she decided to accompany the knights on their quest. Along their path, they encountered a deceptive witch who, disguised as a helpful hermit, offered to guide them to the herb. However, the princess, wary of the witch's motives, declined the offer, opting instead to follow her own instincts. As the group continued, they faced treacherous terrains and daunting obstacles, testing their strength and resolve. Finally, they reached a secluded valley where the mystical jade herb thrived. With the herb secured, they returned home, unaware that the witch had alerted her master, the evil lord of the dark clouds, about their quest. Upon hearing this news, the lord of the dark clouds assembled his minions and set off to intercept the princess and the knights. Meanwhile, back in the mountain village, the princess and the knights were preparing for a grand celebration once the jade herb was used to cure the craftsman. The festive atmosphere was palpable as villagers gathered, eager to celebrate their beloved craftsman's recovery. Amidst the merriment, the princess noticed a peculiar flute on a nearby table, adorned with intricate carvings that seemed to beckon her closer. Drawn to its allure, she picked it up and brought it to her lips. As she began playing, the music that flowed from the flute was hauntingly beautiful, resonating with a profound melancholy. Each note seemed to weave a tale of sorrow and longing, stirring emotions within the princess she had never known existed. As the music swelled, the princess felt a growing sense of foreboding. The joyous celebration took on a somber tone as villagers stopped their revelry to listen intently to the flute's mournful melody. The princess, unable to shake off the feeling of impending doom, followed the music's haunting strains, leading her to a secluded part of the village. Outside the village, amidst a grove of ancient trees, stood a dilapidated shrine shrouded in an eerie mist. As the princess approached, the music reached its crescendo, and then abruptly, silence fell. With trembling hands, she pushed aside the mist-laden branches, revealing a sight that left her both shocked and horrified. Before her stood a dark altar, and upon it lay the lifeless forms of the two valiant knights, their eyes vacant, their bodies drained of color. The evil lord of the dark clouds had intercepted them, extinguishing their lives prematurely. Grief and anger surged through the princess, threatening to consume her. But amidst her torment, she knew she couldn't succumb to despair. The fate of the mountain village and the craftsman's life still hung in the balance. With newfound determination, she turned back toward the village, ready to confront the darkness that threatened to engulf them all. Meanwhile, the Lord of the Dark Clouds, accompanied by his wicked minions, had infiltrated the village, spreading terror and malevolence wherever they went. Villagers cowered in fear as the Dark Lord's presence loomed over them, casting a pall of despair and hopelessness. But even in the darkest hour, courage can ignite. And a small band of villagers, led by the princess's loyal handmaiden, rallied together to resist the encroaching darkness. With the power of unity, they confronted the Lord of the Dark Clouds and his minions in the village square. An epic battle ensued, shaking the very foundations of the mountain village. Swords clashed, spells were cast, and the fate of the realm hung in the balance. The princess, determined to protect her newfound home, fought valiantly alongside the villagers. Her bravery and determination inspired them to push forward against the relentless onslaught of the dark forces. Despite facing overwhelming odds, the villagers stood firm, fueled by their love for their homes and their unwavering belief in the princess's leadership. And just when hope seemed to dwindle and the darkness threatened to engulf them all, reinforcements arrived. The two knights whom the Dark Cloud Lord had slain returned, resurrected by the mystical powers of the Jade Mountains. Their unexpected reappearance sent a surge of hope and strength coursing through the villagers. With renewed vigor, they redoubled their efforts, driving the dark cloud forces back. In the end, the combined strength of the villagers and the resurrected knights proved too formidable for the Dark Cloud Lord and his minions. They fled, leaving behind the echoes of their defeat. As the dust settled and the cheers of victory echoed through the village, the princess realized that true strength lay not in power or magic, but in the unity and courage of the people. The craftsman, cured by the jade herb, emerged from his home to witness the aftermath of the battle. Overwhelmed with gratitude, he bestowed upon the princess the most exquisite flute from his collection, the very one that had lured her into the mountain's embrace. Accepting the gift, the princess understood the profound symbolism behind it. It represented the harmonious melody that now played in her heart, a melody of courage, unity, and the indomitable spirit of the human heart. From that day forth, the princess became a revered figure in the mountain village, celebrated for her bravery, compassion, and the unwavering strength of her spirit. And as the legend goes, whenever the wind whispers through the Jade Mountains, one can hear the faint strains of her flute echoing across the land, a timeless reminder of the triumph of light over darkness and the enduring power of the human spirit.